Welcome to Random Bible Thoughts with Russ, a moment in the Word. All right, today I'm going to be talking about taking the Lord's name in vain. What does that really mean? And I'm going to read one verse out of the English Standard Version, the ESV, and then I'm going to switch over to the Complete Jewish Bible because I like how it reads better. I think it actually gives a better understanding and just the command part of the Ten Commandments there, just a command on what it means to take the Lord's name in vain. Now, I grew up where you didn't say GD, and even now it's hard for me to do it. But and that's taking the Lord's name in vain. But is it? Is it really? Because the G, God, that's his position. That's not his name, is it? I think not. So is saying GD really taking the Lord's name in vain? Now, some people argue it is. And I have an example in here that you might be able to apply it to that, but he's still not using the name, you're using his title. You're telling him to damn something. Of course, whenever I heard that on a construction site, I always said, I think it's probably too trivial to God to even be concerning himself with. That was me. But anyways, so let's just get to it, all right? Exodus 20, verse 7 in the ESV. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Can you not take the Lord's name, your God, the Lord your God, in vain? Here's what the Complete Jewish Bible says. And the rest of my scripture will be out of the Complete Jewish Bible. And I will mispronunciate some of the Jewish names in here because I don't read Hebrew very well. Not hardly at all, actually. Okay, same verse in the Complete Jewish Bible, chapter 20, verse 7. And I think this gives it a better understanding of what it probably means to take the Lord's name in vain. You are not to use lightly the name of Adonai your God, because Adonai will not leave unpunished someone who uses his name lightly. Do not take his name lightly. I think that's, so that's what that must mean. You take the name Lord in vain, you're using it lightly. You're using it improperly. How about this? I just said improperly. Here we go. This is in Deuteronomy 5:11. You are not to misuse the name of Adonai your God, because Adonai will not leave unpunished someone who misuses his name. So now, to try and get an understanding of what it means to take the Lord's name in vain, it's taking his name lightly and misusing his name. Taking his name lightly, misusing his name. That makes sense to me. But let's get a verse here. And this is will not leave the one who does unpunished. This is in Leviticus 24, verse 10 and following. There was a man who was the son of a woman of Israel, and an Egyptian father. He went out among the people of Israel, and this son of the woman of Israel had a fight in the camp with the man of Israel, in the course of which the son of the woman of Israel uttered the name Yadaheh Vahe, in a curse. He uttered the name Yadaheh Vahe in a curse. So they brought him to Moshe. His mother's name was Shalomit, the daughter of Deborah of the tribe of Dan. I could say Dan. They put him under guard until Adonai would tell them what to do. Adonai said to Moshe, take the man who cursed outside the camp, have everyone who heard him lay their hands on his head, and have the entire community stone him. Then tell the people of Israel, whoever curses his God will bear the consequences of his sin. And whoever blasphemes the name of Adonai must be put to death. The entire community must stone him, the foreigner as well as citizens, to be put to death if they blaspheme the name of God. The name. It doesn't say the name of God, it says the name. And I read a little bit about that. The whole congregation come and put their hands on him. It's because of his sin of using a name that's just the 4 letters of Jehovah, maybe, or something to that effect. Because they didn't feel it was right to say the name of God in case they did blaspheme his name. So they only said, I think, 4 consonants or something like that. But anyways, what I had read was, since this man did this, the whole congregation was guilty, so they all put their hand on him as a sign of, I want to say a sign of unification or something like that, but I don't think that's the right word I want. I have it in the footnotes here. I should have already had this open up and ready to go. What is that? Leviticus. Going back to my ESV, because I do not have footnotes in my Complete Jewish Bible, or not very many anyways. But yeah, you see here what I'm saying. Saying GD, is that really using the name in vain? Or is it when you say, well, I'm doing this in the name of the Lord, but or the name of God, or the name of Jehovah, the name of Yahweh, and it's really in your name you're doing it? I'd be taking the Lord's name in vain. That would be taking his name lightly. That would be misusing his name. Okay. Let's see, where was it? Right there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the commentary on that verse about the laying on the hands. The laying on hands prior to the stoning has been commonly explained in such a way that the congregation, having overheard the curse and became defiled, dissolves the guilt onto the culprit, and his death makes atonement for the guilty. Alternatively, it may be taken as a gesture simply to indicate who it is that had cursed the name of the Lord. So there you go. I mean, I'm not a scholar, so sometimes I have to rely on what other people say that. No. So taking the name of the Lord in vain. I don't think it's saying GD, because you're asking God, the position. He is God. That's his position. That's who he is. He is God. To condemn somebody or condemn somebody, whatever. But using his name lightly, misusing his name to represent something it does not, using his name to do something you're doing that is not really for him, it's for you. Should have taken these off a long time ago. Using his name like that, misusing his name, using his name lightly, that's taking the Lord's name in vain. Okay, that's my opinion. You're welcome to refute, rebuttal, disagree. Yeah, that's okay. That's why I do this. I like to talk, obviously, but that is what it is. That is today's Moment in the Word. If you like my videos or listen to my podcast, give me a like, leave me a comment. I can be heard on YouTube at Random Bible Thoughts with Russ. I can be heard on Spotify and many other podcast platforms under Random Bible Thoughts with Russ. And I can be heard on GodTube, Random Bible Thoughts with Russ. And I can be heard or read on my blog. This one's a little bit different because I couldn't get what I wanted. It's Russ-Biblethought.blogspot.com. Russ-Biblethought.blogspot.com. Maybe have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.